Hi, what up, YouTube? This is No Cap No Filter. I'm your host, Marley G, back at y'all on another episode of Running With You. And tonight we got to run about this post that went viral. Once again, we debating on what should be enough money for a woman to receive from a man that's a provider. Like, man, ain't y'all black people tired of having these same debates? I feel like this debate come up every 2 weeks. This stuff bi-weekly right now. At this point, we just working for the algorithm, getting paid bi-weekly checks, talking about this same shit over and over and over. Same candy wrapped in a different candy wrap. Of course, a woman said her standards, and that sparked the outrage, as if we didn't hear this 100 times before. But I'm a reaction YouTuber, and I'm gonna have to go ahead. I'm gonna react to what's going on in the algorithm. So we here. So without further ado, let's go ahead on and see what this young lady says by the name of Aisha Diaz. I don't really know who this person is. Mind y'all, I'm in my 30s, so I don't be keeping up with all these influences like that. It seems like it's a new one pop up every couple of days that I never heard of, but apparently they have a large following. She's on Earn Your Leisure, and I guess they asked her what's her standards, and it sparked the outrage. Let's go ahead on and see what they talking about without further ado.
This
Mm-hmm.
you're if you date somebody, right? I don't
Yeah.
know what your relationship status is now, but what are you expecting on a monthly basis from financially?
From him?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm spoiled. Um,
No, as soon as they said a sport, it's going to be a ticket. Go ahead.
What's that mean? Just
Yeah, what's that range?
because it's good insight because we just have these hypothetical conversations all the time. But just somebody that you're like in the top 1% of girls that's actually you're exposed to that life, right? Like so.
Yeah.
What is you say you're spoiled? What does that mean?
spoiled means I need you to be able to keep up with my lifestyle if you want to be with me.
What does
I'm
that
not
mean?
asking you to
Ladies,
pay all
take
my
notes.
bills.
Take notes because it'll work on the simp. I have a
I just feel
lifestyle
like
I
if I can do
expect to
it for
keep. Yep.
myself, you should be able to do it for me too. And if I can't depend on you to be able to handle what I have on my plate, then there's no reason for me and me and you to be together, because that means you're gonna hold me back, and that means I'm gonna have to be looking out after you.
What
What
about
is that?
love?
What does that mean? Financially, what does that mean though? What does that mean? What does that mean on a monthly? What does that mean? Roughly.
Numbers
Yes.
Yeah.
like 45, 50.
$50,000 a month. So you need $50,000 a month.
What is
Okay, let's go ahead on and pack this up. Let's break this down so far. He said, "What about love?" And her first reaction was, "Women don't care about that these days. Women care about transactional relationships. You know, a man. I truly believe most women will take a man that they kind of like but not in love with, so long as he's a huge provider, than a man that they in love with, that he can only cap out at a certain number that doesn't meet her standards. And I think a lot of the strippers, I think a lot of the escorts, I think a lot of the OnlyFans women, I think a lot of these women have invaded mainstream, and also influencers, and set their standards, of their social circle with their men, and put it on the internet, and a lot of other women feel like they deserve these same standards. Now granted, she is in a higher upper echelon of social circles, so she's gonna run into these you know uh money making type of men. She's gonna run into these uh content creators. She's going to run into these athletes. She's going to run into these movie stars. She's going to run into these rappers and artists and things of that nature. So standards are higher because she's in a different social circle, in a different tax bracket than the average woman. So her standards of that is basically like a regular chick standards of, okay, well, I don't want to. A regular chick standards might be, okay, we could go 50-50, or a regular chick standards might be, okay, you pay all the bills and I'll at least take care of my personal bills. Everyone has those type of standards. Or some girl standards be, well, just, take care of my maintenance, get my nails done when I need my nails done, get my hair done when I need my hair done, things of that nature. Every woman has their own different set of standards. Now, the problem is the internet made it to where they looking at other people's standards and they feel like they deserve the same thing, especially if it's someone that they really follow, And I think that women have a very misconception of the value of a dollar because they don't really have to spend their dollars. A lot of women, the only women that really have a value of a dollar is the single mothers out here, or single women out here that's really not relying on a man to pay their bills. That's the only woman that have, that's the only woman that has an actual value of a dollar and really understand how money management works. Other than that, a lot of these women don't understand it because they don't spend it. They usually spend men money. And they feel like since this man has this money, all men should have this money. That's all you need to be on his earth for, is to give money to women. Make money and give it. Be a real man. Be a provider. Be a man like my grandpa, the traditional man. But they don't understand the traditional man back then wasn't facing the same obstacles that a man is facing now. And those men were messing with traditional women. We're not messing with traditional women. Let's see what $45,000 a month is over time or out of a year. Mind you, most people don't even make $50,000 a year. Let's see. Okay, $45,000 a month will be approximately $540,000 a year. So she want over $500,000 a year just in allowance, just to fund her lifestyle. And she's not really wrong because she's made it to that social circle. And a lot of women are trying to make it to this social circle by having a lot of followers. A lot of women are trying to make it to these social circles by getting a BBL, getting lip fillers, getting all these things to be looking like these same type of quote unquote IG models, to have those standards set for them. It's almost like an investment when they're doing all this. So, once you do make it and you're up in those circles and you're making content with content creators, you're doing love shows with Drewski, you're on Pop the Balloon, you're on huge podcasts, once you make it in that range, then of course your standards are going to rise. Even with men's standards might rise when they get more money, as far as beauty go. Like now they ain't messing with 5s and 6s no more like they used to before they really got on. Now that they got on, they want 8s and 9s and dime pieces. But then again, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So whatever is an 8, 9, a dime piece to them. But yeah, man, this sparked a big old outrage. I don't understand why we do the same stuff all the time, but let's go ahead on and see what else they got to say.
Drew, I can give you the paperwork right now.
No,
Listen.
I'm not saying that you're not getting it. But hold on, you got a contract?
Listen.
You sign contract? They sign contracts?
But if you allow me, let's say my partner doesn't allow me to work, I am going to look at you and say, are you paying all my bills? Because in order for me to sit down, somebody have to pay all my bills. And not just my bills. I need extra money because you can't give me my bill money and then I'm left with nothing.
Yeah.
I need money to save too.
You're flat. Yep.
And that's honestly, that's what really becomes expensive because my bills alone are already really high.
Yeah.
So I need a little bit more, not just for hair.
And see, that's another thing. As they rise in social circles and all that, they zip code gonna change. They're gonna be in different areas. So they rent gonna go from what they used to pay, maybe $900 to $12,000 $100, that rent gonna skyrocket to $4,500. You know, they're gonna start living in houses. They're gonna start. They went from a Nissan Altima to a goddamn G wagon. You know, I don't know what it is about a G wagon that just seemed like the rite of passage call for a rapper baby mama or an Instagram model. Once you get that G wagon, you have officially made it. You know, like G wagons don't even be men cars no more. I remember back in the day they used to be a man car, but now there's female cars. But yeah, what she's saying, I understand it. I understand it. A lot of men are outraged. A lot of men feel like, man, you shouldn't put a price on this. What about love? What about this? You got to understand female nature. You got to understand hypergamy. You got to understand monkey branching. You got to understand, you know, women are just trying to look out for themselves, because one thing about a woman, they're going to try to siphon money and they're going to try to siphon resources from you. And that's their main objective, you know. All that love stuff, like they say, love don't pay the bills. This is a very transactional dating market, and it's going to be interesting to see how all this going to affect people 20 years from now. You know, like all the influencers that's young in their 20s, in their, you know, prime. Years from now, it's going to hard to see, you know, how many of them actually end up in a full-fledged, loving, long-term relationship. You know, because they say they predict a lot of these women to be single, and a lot of women, these women to be motherless. You know, and feminism play a part in that. Social media play a part. Hustle culture play a part. Get a bag, fuck a nigga play a part. Mindset, you know. But it's gonna be rough out here as far as the dating market. It's gonna be very rough out here for a lot of men.
Nails and stuff, but I need a little bit more because I need to be able to save, and I need a backup, because after we break up or anything happens in between me and you, I need security until I can find not another job, but you know what I mean, so I can get back.
I need security till I can find another man that can handle that workload. And see, that'd be a reason why a lot of these women, once they hit 30, they try to go to religion, they try to go to God, because they get tired of having to find a man, you know, and then monkey branch to another man, and then have security to hold her over to the next man. You know, they get tired of doing that after a while. They just want one man where they can rely on, that they at least like and can deal with. You know, it ain't even much got to be a perfect match partner that they love. You know, because if they at least like him and they could deal with him, and he's off doing his thing, working, making his money, however that may be, during the NBA season or on tour rapping or something, making movies, going on promo runs. As long as they life funded, that's all that's gonna care about. As long as their kids taken care of, that's all that's gonna care about. You know. So all these things that she's naming, you know, most women care about these things, but some women, they put it at the forefront, you know, instead of putting in love and how a man treats you and all this at the forefront. You ask a man, you ask a woman what they like about a guy. Usually, you know, how he treats her, that's at the back end of what they say about all the traits.
Back into what I used to do before. I don't require my man to do it. Do I expect it? Yes. Mm-hmm. Does he have to? No. But you can't ask me not to work if you're not willing to handle and take care of all my bills. And plus,
when you say paperwork, what were you referring to? You have a contract that you make them sign?
No, meaning like I can show you guys like how high my bills are.
Yeah.
It sounds like a really crazy number, honestly, but it's not just my house where I live at. You know, I have other properties. They got to get paid. You know, sometimes they need a new air conditioner, a new boiler, a filter, and I consider those bills because no matter what, I have to pay for them. So yeah, you pay my house here, but how about my responsibility everywhere else? When they come, you know, I have to make sure you're okay with handling that too.
And see, that is exactly why a lot of men don't want to date a woman that's a quote unquote girl boss, because these girl bosses be having all these other businesses. And for one, that take away her feminine trait, because now she has to go out and go hustle like you. And that's going to leave a lot of, it's not going to, it's going to take away from her being nurturing at home to you. It's going to take away from her being nurturing at home with the kids. She's not going to want to be cooking more. Y'all going to have to get a chef. She's not going to want to be giving you massages more. She's not going to want to look after the kids when it comes to homework. Y'all going to have a babysitter, a tutor, all of these things. And some people feel like, okay, all that is good for convenience. But to me, all that separate from a house being a home. You see what I'm saying? It's different when you're cooking them food with love than a chef cooking the food. It's different than you helping the kids out being nurturing than a tutor or a babysitter or a nanny, to me, And also you take on that burden of, having to have all her extra responsibilities, So if you're a man and you of status and you want a woman as a housewife, but she still got all these quote unquote businesses that she had prior to because she was a girl boss, you're going to be taking all her responsibilities, versus a woman who ain't no girl boss, traditional woman. She probably either work a job, or not. That's optional because you want her to be a housewife. And all she got to do is worry about the house, And sometimes that could be a bad idea when she's a housewife because an idle mind is the devil's playground, depending on the type of woman you got. And all this depends on the type of woman you got. All this depends on the type of man you are. It's just a case-by-case, individual basis thing, But we got to understand time's going to change. And a lot of these women are having these mind frames, and a lot of these women are growing up with these mind frames, getting influenced by this stuff very young in the culture. So I just want to know what y'all think down in the comment section below. Have y'all ever dated a woman like this? Are you a woman that is like this and you having problems dating, or you don't have problems dating? Are you in a long-term relationship with a man and you think like this woman and you agree with everything she's saying and it's actually working out? Let me know y'all comments in the comment section. Let me know y'all experiences in the comment section. I would like to hear from you guys. Is she delusional? Is she rational within this economy in this era of dating now? Let me know down in the comment section. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, what you're waiting on. Until next time, I'm out.